All right, we got the Lofteez Tiff and Kareen.
Yeah.
And, Taylor guitar and purple violin. And purple violin matching Kareen's hair highlights. I dig that. And the Lofteez, Lofteez is the spelling. Easy to find if you spell it correctly.
Easy.
But thank you guys for coming in, and kind of on a fun occasion. Not only you've been on the show before and got a lot of gigs coming up this summer, but a very cool gig I mentioned earlier in the show that's happening next week that it requires a little explanation, which is very cool. So we want to hear some music, but before we get into it, I hinted at it earlier, but the show next week is happening on Wednesday, and where is it?
It's at the BLT Park. If you Google BLT Park and you don't know where that is, it'll come up. It's the little kayak launch behind Oriana, and it's right there. If you enter the trailhead there at Oriana and cross over the railroad tracks, is how you get to it best on foot. But just Google BLT Park, and there's stuff up on our website and Facebook on how to find it. It's really, the idea is to be at the kayak launch because the concert is best enjoyed from the water.
So you guys will be facing the water, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the concept is the audience, leave your car at home, bring your kayak, if you live right around the Boardman, kayak, bring your SUP, stand-up paddleboard, canoe, in the Boardman Lake, facing the dock, and that's where the bands are playing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. We have a little...
and you guys just organized this event. This is like self-motivated event. Yeah,
this is one of the things we like to do is we like to bring value to the community, like do different interesting things. I don't know, how it's going to go. We've never done it before. I just thought, this is such a great neighborhood. It's our neighborhood, right? Yeah. Like we live real close to there, and we're always in the water with our kayaks and whatever, and supping around. And I thought, how cool, like, to be sitting out on the water, chilling out, and listening to music. Like,
yeah.
How cool would that be?
I hope it's good weather. Obviously, it's raining today, but next week is next week. And I mean, there's so many. The Boardman has had such a good energy in the last couple of years with a lot more kayaking and boating on it, that this seems like a great time to do an event like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope some of the paddle brew or whatever it is can find you guys out there.
That would be great.
I posted those guys have like a kayak rental that you can do. I actually posted the number on the Lofteez page.
All right.
So if you don't have a kayak and you'd like to try enjoying it from the water, or SUP or canoe, you can rent from those guys, and there's like a ton of rental places around here. But yeah, all the kayak groups, we've been like, hey guys, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, get your help us spread the word.
Yeah.
Well, we are happy to do that, and this is happening, the Kayak Up from the Water concert next Wednesday, June 19th, from 6 until 8, BLT Park. There's some other bands playing. I want to talk about those guys in a bit. But first, let's give our listeners a little taste of the Lofteez and with some of your original music.
Okay.
So, you guys got a song picked out for us?
Yeah, we. This is, I think, our favorite song. Maybe our audience's favorite song too. It's called "A Different World." It's, we're a little different, so it works out.
All right. This is "A Different World" live in the studio, basement of Scholars Hall, by the Lofteez. Check it out.
I know there's a different world. I know there's a different world. Maybe there's another world. I know there's a different way. A different way. I know there's a different
was great.
Sound
Lofteez,
effects.
live in studio, A Different World, original tune. That was very nice.
Thanks.
And you guys have such good chemistry together. Just the guitar rhythm and the violin playing up.
Well, we're a couple, so.
All right. That
helps.
definitely helps.
We're getting married in October this year at St. Ambrose.
All right. Congratulations.
Thanks. So we're definitely playing at Pride Fest.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's mention that. What? Let's see. I got your.
It's the Pride and Picnic on
Saturday. Next Saturday.
Yeah, June
So
22nd.
a week from tomorrow, big concert down at the open space, right?
Yeah, it's the Pride, up North Pride. And this Saturday we're at Hopscotch, if you want to keeping it real local, the Hopscotch.
Hopping it over there. Get a little scotch.
Hopscotch over on East Bay there. Pizza, beer, drinks, music.
It's pretty fun.
So that's tomorrow.
Yeah. Delicious pizza.
I'm looking at your calendar. You guys have a very busy summer. Nice job booking all the shows. You guys
Thanks.
do all your own booking and all this stuff yourself?
Yeah,
She's the
I've
booker.
been doing this a long time. I'm from Detroit, well, not originally, but we lived in Detroit for a long time, and we did music down there. So booking is just another day, another dollar.
It's part of the job. Big part of the job.
Yeah.
So, well, you guys look like you're doing an awesome job with
thanks.
that. And so go to the Lofteez.com, everyone out there. And again, it's Lofteez, and they got gigs all over northern Michigan. All the usual spots: cideries, wineries, breweries, parks, and out on Boardman Lake next week on Wednesday.
I'm so psyched. I forgot to tell everybody too. They said at the Boardman River Trail that if you want to put in at the public boat launch across the way, that would be
All right.
good.
So wherever you can get onto the water, including the boat launch over by the library.
Yeah.
So paddle just across the lake, but really you're just kind of cutting the corner.
Yeah.
Right, to get over to the little BLT park, and you guys are going to be set up facing the water. And
Although people are welcome to chill on the dock too. I know a couple people are like, yeah, we're gonna be on
Yeah,
land.
we'll turn so we're fairly placed with the water peeps and the.
So there is an option if you don't have watercraft
Yeah,
or
it's
you
not
don't
like
want
you
to
don't-
tread water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know about treading in the seaweed at the Boardman.
Yeah.
I can't. I've thought about it.
Yeah, it can be fairly mucky over there.
Right. So cool though, all the stuff that's going on, all the kids out all the time sailing, and everybody is just
Yeah, that's so
on
cool
the
this
water.
year.
It's so great.
Yeah, and if you are just joining us, of course you got to tune 90.7 WNMC, and I am with the Lofteez here in studio, and talking about their kayak up and sup concert next Wednesday from 6 till 8. And you guys organize this concert, and it's not just you guys playing. So there's
No,
going to
it's
be
not.
all sorts of music. Who else did you guys rope into this shenanigans?
We'll lasso them.
Yeah, we lassoed Jesse Jefferson. He's a local guy, and I don't know if you ever heard Jesse's stuff, but it's really cool.
I haven't. It has a new name for me.
Very cool. Yeah, acoustic, real soulful, real great.
Yeah,
You
very
guys are gonna
versatile
love it. Yeah.
town for
Plays
Jesse.
all over. He plays everywhere.
All right, you got Jesse Jefferson, the Lofteez. Who else?
Ted Allen is a jazz guy. He plays with Stan Getz and all those guys. He's just like ridiculously amazing and hilarious. He's kind of like a satire guy. Like he has, our favorite song by him is called the Donut Song.
All right.
The famous Ted Allen.
Yeah, and we're hoping that the famous Ted Allen will perform his song about fudgies. at the-
We'll get it out of him. We'll
Very
get it out of him.
apropos.
Yes,
of year.
yes. And then there's Ken, and Ken is half of a duo, Ken and Jess. What's really interesting about Ken and Jess, we first met them when we first started getting into the original music scene up here, and their songs are just so cool and raw and like real. And they were playing over at the Acoustic Tap Room, and I don't know if you know this, but you can only play originals in that.
That's
venue.
right. Yes. Yeah.
So we were like, ooh, cool, we're gonna be
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Yeah, so we met them over there, and they just have so much cool, like, different original stuff. And unfortunately, Jess is out of town, but Ken, he's the main writer so it's like his songs, so he'll be performing those, and I just love them. They're all about like all the values I think Traverse City holds dear, like being outdoors and being, you know, one with nature and being minimalist and just those kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, just when you get into a place and everybody's kind of on the same page. You know, their songs kind of exemplify that for me. So
well, what a great setting for Ken's music.
Yeah, totally.
Right on the lake. So, well, very cool. You guys are organizing this, and from 6 to 8, they're gonna get 4 acts in, so kind of some 30-minute sets thereabouts, or a little changeover, and cram a lot of music in there. Sounds fun.
Just packing it in and bring your own snacks and all your own stuff, chairs, everything. Just have some fun.
All right, so let's hear some more music and whet people's appetite for the gigs.
Do the movie song? This song has a bit of a story. I mean, they all have a story behind them, of course, but this one is really funny. We met Rich Brower through. Do you know about Brower Productions?
I do, yeah.
So we met him, great member of the community, done a lot, you know, for Traverse City, through the film festival, and he's like, hey, I need, you know, a song for this movie, and it was really cool. It was a screenwriting contest, and this lady won. She had never, you know, done anything like that before, and she had written a screenplay about a young singer-songwriter who has cerebral palsy, and it won. Like, all these people read these essays and judged it, and it won. And so he made it's like a 10-minute film about it. And, you know, when we were making the film, like, they didn't know it was going to kind of resonate so much with that community. They're like, well, this is just a project, but it became like kind of this big deal with the Disability Network and all the kind of organizations that are up here, and it meant a lot, even to our fans. Like, we've done it at shows, and there was a lady at one of our shows, and she said her grandson has CP, and she was like crying, and she's like, I want the lyrics, and I'm like, ah. So you just never know.
Oh yeah, I mean, everyone's coming here as an audience member with their own stories, and you know, when you get something specific like that, and so you know, meaningful and hard for a lot of people, that you know, you're bound to connect with someone else's story. You know?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love with, you know, listening to albums and seeing bands live is, you know, all those stories and connecting to your own life, and well, what a cool opportunity to you know, be part of something really special. So you guys got to write the song for the film.
Yeah, which is actually, it's up on our website.
Yeah, it's actually, the film is
link.
up there. The link to see it,
cool.
Sheets of Sand. It's right up on the main page, and you can check it out. It's really, really cool. And we have some audio of the song on our audio site as well.
Yeah, the main actress in it, actually, Brianna, she's amazing, and she actually sings the song. And
in the movie,
she actually sings our
cool.
song. She's cool. I'm like, man, that's really putting it out there. You know, if you talk to her, she's just a shy, sweet girl. You know, and she really killed it. I was like, wow. So it was pretty amazing. So I guess we'll share this song with you guys right now.
Forward to hearing it.
wave it around, it'll do the cathedral thing on its own.
Wow, you've got quite the pipes. That was,
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to like back up.
I'm like,
I saw
go
you
to
turn
the
it
other
down.
room and do that. It'll catch it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have fun with the isolation room when we're recording that one.
how do you muster so much breath? That was just.
I actually have a vocal performance degree.
Oh, all right.
And it's all about if I could only master a microphone talking technique and get into
It's
the
easy to
microphone when I'm
drift away.
supposed to. But it's all about your see, most people think you breathe from your chest. You know, you see the runners and they're like
Mhm.
but you're actually breathing from your diaphragm, which is this weird little patch of muscle all across your tummy. It's like your beer gut muscle, I guess. I don't know. Is there a better, more flattering term than the beer gut muscle? But anyway, that's the muscle that does it. So it's kind of like you're, I don't know, squeezing in your abs or something.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
a
just,
full muscular effort. That was just.
it's probably about 90 dBs.
Well, I can see. I mean, talking about people connecting with that song, you know, regardless of your experience, you know, just the emotion and passion you guys put into that is just kind of infectious. So, you know, I'm not surprised
Yeah.
it's one that people have connected with because, you know, just seeing you guys singing and playing that hard, you know, is pretty cool. So,
Cool.
Play hard, we play hard.
I like it.
We're gonna play hard.
The Lofteez live in the Scholars Hall right here on 90.7 WNMC. This is a local motion show, and we go until about 6:30 before the Blue Soul show takes over. But until then, let's hear some more live. A couple more tunes from the Lofteez. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
So, what are you in the mood for? Something.
it.
So we have this flamenco song, and then we have this song about my. I wrote this song. How do I say this?
I'd say TC or don't ask me why.
Oh, okay. And I wrote a song about Traverse City.
Oh, that's great.
So that's fun.
Let's do it. Let's do. You do
You want to
that.
do? Okay.
Yeah.
I love songs about Traverse
TC.
City.
Yeah, me too.
So we're acoustic, and at least right now, and Tiffany doesn't have an acoustic bass, so she's going to drop out, unfortunately, on this song, which makes me really sad because I'm not really the greatest guitarist in the world, so I apologize all the musicians out there listening to my cowboy chords.
It's gonna be great.
I wrote this song as a kind of a joke. My parents, who originally started coming up here when I was like 3 or 4 in the early 80s, fell in love with Traverse City, you know, bought a house here, whatever. And it's kind of like my little story with Traverse City. And I wrote, you know, my parents were like, you should write a song about Traverse City, and here's all these funny stories. And I'm like, haha, that's really cute. Whatever, I'll write this dorky song. So I wrote the dorky song, and then everybody likes it, and I have to keep playing it. So here we are.
It's great.
The first time I saw TC, I was only 6 years old, and I said, wow, that water's cool, with all the blue and turquoise waves. And that night we stayed in the state park in a tent in a tornado. And the next day was the day I met my best friend on the beach. When we drove her back home, no one said anything about it, 'cause we were 6 years old, and it was 1983. Sing along, everybody. Oh, how I love TC. This town completes me. Even though I wasn't born here, I am hardly a fudgy. I've been coming here since 1983. Oh, how I love TC. My grandmother was from here. She said TC in the 40s was a sea of dark red water from the smelly factories. But my dad thought it was Disneyland from the 1950s after the open space and zoo made it the place we wanna be. Yeah. Oh, how I love TC. This town, it gets me. We're headed straight for TC from the Detroit music scene. The best things in life are nothing more than free. Oh, how I love TC. sound completes me. Even though I wasn't born here, I am hardly refugee. I've been coming here since 1983. Oh, how I love TC.
All right,
I
Traverse
cracked
City.
myself up.
That was great. Love it.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I like those cowboy chords.
Yeah.
It's got a nice, especially with the chorus, a nice little old school country vibe.
Yeah, you know. I was, you know, and I'm talking about I flubbed the line like fish on the grill you actually caught, you know, like, I'm just, all these things, it's just so funny how this stuff ends up in a song later, you know what I mean? You're like, what the heck? And just so you know, the math is wrong. I wasn't 6 in 1983, but
Okay.
it rhymed.
You should say
you
plus
may have
3.
been younger,
Yeah.
you
Plus
may have
3.
been older.
Yeah, I may have been a little younger. I may be a little younger than that, so.
Hey, a little artistic license.
Right.
I said it was an autobiography or anything.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we got some time for. You guys want to roll another one?
Yeah.
Totally.
Let's do it.
Okay. Should we do Be Who You Are or Don't Ask Me Why?
Let's do Don't Ask Me Why.
Okay. All right. This song is really crazy. I wrote this song. It's called Don't Ask Me Why. And then come to find out, my grandfather wrote another song in 1937, published. There's like a EP record and there's sheet music. My mom pulls this out and I'm freaking out. And it's the same title.
Wow.
Like, what the...
Oh my gosh.
You know? Totally.
There's a little cosmic connection.
Yeah, it was
right there.
weird. I'm like, okay, so anyway, this is called Don't Ask Me Why.
Sounds different though.
Yeah, a
Maybe
different song.
All right.
Whew.
Alright, you're supposed to laugh when you're live like
The
that.
Lofteez. Wrapping up a great song. We got the Blue Soul team rolling in. It's a whole party down here in the basement of Scholars Hall.
Hey.
That's Sasha Blue. And, all right, the Lofteez, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
WNMC loves you.
Oh, we
Yay,
love
we love
WNMC. We
WNMC. Are
never
you kidding?
change the station.
You guys are always on our radio dial. All
And
over.
it's always
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Always
No, and it's an honor
Appreciate that.
for Will to have you down here.
Oh, it's an honor
Thank
for
you,
us to
Sister
be here.
Judy.
Yay.
The new daddy.
Aw.